Okay, bud. So just real fast and loose as a taste of what I want to do later. We're gonna do what will hopefully only be a quickie. It might take a while, um, but yeah, we're gonna take a look at this Yorick versus Mordekaiser game. You're both taking Conqueror with Teleport Ignite, so pretty standard. Um, let's see what you're doing off the bat here. Okay, cool. I like that you're moving into their jungle to get that deep ward on the raptors. That's a really useful ward for scouting out the enemy jungle. So I would expect you to get this ward down. Yeah, putting it on red works too. Get the ward down and go to lane. Okay, so you have seen the Sejuani, she's seen you, and you realize that she's gonna change the way she clears the jungle now that she knows that you all are in I don't think they have vision there. Yeah, they don't. Are in her jungle. So I'd like for you to be moving to lane at this point. You do not need to leash the Kindred. Junglers don't need leashes, period, in this meta. But even if they did, it is more important for you as a top laner to be in your lane, set up already when the waves collide. You need to already be here, like, right now. Yeah. No, you need to be... So you're mispositioned a little bit pre the first wave. The reason that you want to be present for the first wave is so you can get, or at least attempt to get, control of the wave. Even in matchups where you're losing, where you hard lose, maybe it's like a ranged matchup or something, what have you, Darius, I don't know, whatever's hard for Yorick. Be present. Make them push you off of the wave instead of just giving up the level 2 prio for nothing. Make them work for it. In this case, I would say that Mordekaiser and Yorick are able to contest the wave into each other. I don't see one really just out and out beating the other level 1 for wave priority. Maybe it's a little bit Mordekaiser sided. I don't know. But either way, you want to be in the lane. So if you are in a winning matchup, the reason that you would be in the lane is to be in this bush here, or this bush here, this middle one, so that you can be in position to zone the enemy from the wave as the waves collide. So essentially what will happen here is Mordekaiser is going to walk up with his wave and start hitting the wave. That's just what everybody does. You'll be in this bush here. Like, let's pretend it's a winning matchup, so not this one specifically, but you would be in this bush here. You'd be behind him, and he would have to path into you to get to safety. So once the waves collide, you walk into him from behind. He's like, oh crap, and he tries to path away from you, and you do a quick trade with your level 1 combo and sneak back into the bush to apply pressure to him, or you can look to all in and really zone him away from the wave is the goal there. If it's a matchup like this one where it's kind of even, you want to be here to get the push. You want to be in control, because whoever has the push early has control of the wave, and that is the early goal of every top lane matchup. Is I need to get control of how the waves are going to go, and that starts by being present wave 1. Because you'll see here, this Mordekaiser, even if you somehow manage to get all of the experience and not miss out on any experience, he's going to get level 2 before you, and I don't even need to have seen this game to know that. It's just because you're already not here, and he is. So we'll see if you lose any amount of experience. That would be really bad. Oh, good job, bot lane. Nice. Yep, okay, so you get all the experience. That's great. Okay. So what I was going to say is what we want to do here is be aware that the second our lane opponent sees us, he's going to try to use an ability on us, and we don't want to... I think that's one of you wanting to play. But we don't want to take damage for free. Because at this point... It's the lane's not over. I was going to say the lane's over. That's not what I mean. But you don't have any agency in the early game now. Like, period. It is out of your control. So what you can control is your resources and you need to manage your resources so that you can play the bounce like 3 waves from now. Because what will happen is this will push in, right? He's going to get level 2, so he'll kill these 2 minions, and then he's going to get level 2 when this minion dies. If you get the full experience of the first wave, you get level 2 off of the first melee minion of the second wave. So when this minion dies, he will be level 2. Now, he only has 2 minions of the first wave to kill before he's focusing on getting this melee minion, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have the entire wave to go before you need to kill the first minion. So you're going to not trade HP for free. You're not going to spam, you have Q, and that's okay to spam, but you're not going to spam your W. You're not really looking for E. I mean, you're level 1, and you're going to take your E sec level 2. So what I would do is, if you have to trade health for something, trade it for last hits, and then wait, concede lane, basically, concede this wave, wait until you're level 2, and then start trying to secure CS with your E, your E, and your Q. Not really looking to trade with him, because again, we want to save our HP to play the bounce, because he'll push it into the tower, he'll get the wave under the tower here, and then it's going to bounce back into him. And then you would at that point want to push it under his tower so that you can have it bounce back to you and you can freeze it right here. So you're playing for like the next 5 minutes already. And this is kind of matchup dependent here, because there are situations where you can try to contest, and this is what contesting the wave is trying to get it to push in your favor initially, but you can't. He's gonna, auto Q auto and then have his passive and out damage you. So you want to be kind of trade avoidant here. Look to CS, and yeah, you don't want to go in for those. Yeah, I mean, you were just walking in, kind of took damage for free and didn't get anything for it. So he's level 2, so you want to respect that, but we knew it was coming, right? We knew that melee minion was going to die. He is going to use all of his abilities on you, get a massive trade in on you, and now your new plan is to, well, I guess it depends on what he does a little bit. You got to be a little reactionary here, but initially my plan would be, okay, I'm going to farm this wave, and then I'm going to back and TP so that I can play the bounce with a full health bar. So I'm going to not tank the wave. I'm going to let the wave crash. I'm going to farm to the best of my ability. I'm going to channel my back. I'm going to TP, and I'm going to walk, because it'll be pushing into him at that point, and I'm going to play the wave with my full health bar, because you won't be able to play it with fucking, what is this, 250 health. So something you can do, okay, this is worth pointing out here. So Kindred's gonna get the kill on Sejuani and then leave, right? She's gonna get the kill here and then she can hop away. There's absolutely no risk of Kindred dying. So you don't need, even if you were full health, you don't need to worry about rotating here. The other reason, or another reason you would not be rotating, is because you literally cannot. The wave state is going to determine what a top laner is able to do. The reason Mordekaiser can rotate here is not because he's paying more attention than you, it's because he's pushed the wave in. That's what's giving him the ability to rotate. The reason that you're not rotating here is not because you're not paying attention, it's because you have a wave that's pinning you to your tower. So something that you can do, since it looks like he's committing to this, is you can walk into the wave a little bit here, even though you have low HP. It's kind of risky, but you can walk into the wave and pull the wave. What that looks like is essentially you pathing towards this bush here. So they're going to have their aggro on you. You're going to drop the aggro in the bush, and by that time you will have stalled long enough for this wave right here, to be right here, and you can create a freeze. This is going to incentivize him to come back and push the lane in and try to break the freeze. Or if he doesn't come back, if he, I don't know, fucking chases Kindred or something insane, or recalls or something crazy, then he is going to miss out on um, experience and CS of this wave, because this wave and this wave will group together and kill this wave. So you are turning a situation, and that's what would have happened to you if you rotated. That's why you can't leave to go help the Kindred here, because if you leave, then you're the one that's losing CS and losing, more importantly, losing experience. And experience is what we're in a deficit of right now, so we need all the experience we can get. And if we can deny him experience, then we'll actually come out of this situation ahead. This is, on paper, a good play by Mordekaiser, but you can make it so that in actuality he gets punished for making this decision, and you come out ahead even though you have absolutely no HP. So let's see what you do. Oh, you actually are. Good job. I like, yes. So really, really good read here and pulling the wave. I wouldn't sit here and tank it though. I would pull the wave back to the brush and I would drop the minion aggro. So that's just one small change for, you know, your when you want to pull those waves. That's really good though. That's like an advanced strategy. So good on you for already knowing that. That's awesome. Oh, that is not what you were doing. Okay. So rotating here is bad because you have no health. We talked about it earlier, and you kind of fixed the situation that I was talking about. So you did end up pulling the wave and therefore created a freeze for yourself. So you're not going to lose these minions now, which is awesome. Also, Mordekaiser, if he doesn't come back to lane, is going to still lose these minions. Because, you know, he has this wave that's going to come and we'll meet up with this one, which will be here, and it will kill all of his minions. So, you know, it's a really... I don't know if you're trying to zone Mordekaiser or what here, but again, Kindred should have just left. She should already be gone at this point. I mean, Sejuani's dead, so she can hop away. But she's in no danger, and even if she was, there's nothing you can do to help her other than, like, there's no situation where you don't die here. So if you continue to walk up, like, maybe you're going to turn around right now, and that's your last safe option. But if you continue to walk up here, my hope would be that you accept the death and don't waste your summoner spells, because you will need those for the bounce. So, yeah, I think moving here, especially as late as you're doing it, because again, the play's over. Sejuani's dead, and you're not going to kill the Mordekaiser. So, I think this is a bad idea, but let's see what happens. Okay, so you flashed and died. That's kind of what I thought was going to happen. And it is it's not that this situation is 100% bad, because you got him to blow his flash to kill you. And God, I hope she gets the kill. She should get the kill. He should be dead here. God, I hope she gets the kill. So with that in mind, and hopefully Mordekaiser dies, so you'll get an assist, but he's going to get solo experience from killing you, and you're gonna, I don't know if you have to be alive to share experience, so let's move past that point, but just know that your death gave him experience. However, your wave state is denying him experience and gold, provided that he actually dies. So let's hope he dies here. Oh no. Okay. Oh god. Oh, it's just so sloppy. Okay. Yeah, so good. This works out. That was not an advisable decision though. So don't do that in the future. Do what we talked about. That's a more stable, reliable decision. That still gets you essentially the same lead that you have now, you would have had if you had stayed here. Because the reason you have a lead at all is not because you rotated and got an assist, it's because you pulled the wave, right? And he died. So even if he didn't die, you know, you are making him have to come back here. You still would have had to back and TP, but you would have your flash for the bounce. that will eventually happen. You're in a position where you can prolong that bounce and make him force it, and he's way back here. So you can freeze this. I wouldn't push this. You can try to set up a freeze. So I would kill this guy, right? And then the melees for sure, and maybe these melees. I'd kill a lot of them. You want, so you have a full wave here. You want essentially like 3 or 4, 3 to 5 minions more of his minions than yours to get a good freeze going. And that's the goal right now, because we want to get gold for our items is basically all we're doing right now. Then we're freezing for that and really working towards, nice, good job on the cannon. Working toward, yeah, this is why you gotta kill the melees, because they suck. They like to run our tower. But you were doing all you can there. You couldn't have done that any better. So good job with the freeze. Now let's, he still has the agency here, but ball is definitely in his court. Something worth noting is that, actually, I said he has agency, and that's not really what I meant, but you are making him make the decision here with the wave. Like, he has to exert himself to change the wave state. You don't need to change the wave state. You want a freeze here. And another thing that we haven't talked about yet that you gained from that pull that you did of the minion wave is that you are now ahead, even despite the death, you are now ahead in experience. So it's kind of been a back and forth here where you initially put yourself behind with experience, but then did a really good play with pulling the wave, and he died, and that led to you being ahead in experience. So the goal right now is to keep the wave not neutral, but keep it from moving. You want to keep the wave here as long as possible. So freeze, ideally a very, very slow push if you need to. The way that you're going to keep a freeze when he comes and inserts himself into the situation, is you're going to match his auto attacks and abilities on the wave. So he autos a creep, you auto a creep. Otherwise, you're just going to last hit at the latest frame. If he uses an ability, AoE on the creep, you're going to try to match that. But just keep it steady, keep it here until if you can keep it there until level 6, that's Yorick's big power spike. So that's what we're going for. Level 6 or level 6 or an item. You're being really fast and loose with your health bar. You just TP'd back. You don't have teleport anymore, and teleport was your get out of jail free card from blowing your health bar earlier. You really, I think, need to focus on, instead of trading damage back, just denying getting hit. Something that you could have done, an option. I'm not saying it would have been better, but there is this bush that you can play around to make him, you have the level advantage. So you can sit in this bush with a level advantage, and, he walked up before his wave did here. So you currently have a minion advantage, which is beneficial in trades, because when you guys start fighting each other, if you're near the wave, your creeps are going to start attacking him because he's attacking you, and his creeps are going to start attacking you because you're attacking him. And if he has less creeps than you, then that means your wave is doing more damage to him, and you're a level up on him doing more damage than you would have to him too. So just because you're a level up and have the creep advantage, it might have been worthwhile to go into this bush and to try to zone him from walking up until this wave comes, and then walking back down here and playing super safe. If you sit in this bush, sometimes they will just throw their abilities in there and hope to hit you, but they can't see you, so you can dodge them really easily. And then if he misses abilities on you in this bush, then you can go in and trade. But your time frame to trade with Mordekaiser is not based off of whether or not you hit abilities on him, it's whether or not his combo is down. So don't just walk up and try to throw your shit at him. Wait for at least his E to be down. A way to do this is to bait it out. So you can act like you're going forward, turn back, at the last second. He's going to think he's going to catch you, so he E's, And then since he thinks it's certain, he's going to Q as well, and then boom, he's got no combo. And then you can look to trade on him. So you need to kind of the trading, and you can see why we do that, right? Because if he has his abilities up, he is going to proc his passive and just crush you. So be aware of the damage that you're taking from the wave too. I understand you don't want to have it bounce because you don't really want to walk up here. You can't walk up here with your how much health you've lost. But so you're going to have to make a hard decision here. You're going to have to either, is this a cannon wave? You're going to have to either die for the cannon, which isn't terrible. It's pretty bad though. Or you're gonna have to back at some point before you're able to, you're not gonna be able to get this pushed all the way under his tower because you don't have any health. And the reason you don't have any health is because of those E's and Q's that he's been hitting on you. So, you know, if you're able to, oh, nice job farming with your E from range. That is really, really good call. That was oh, nice dodge. Exactly. So now he doesn't have anything, right? So for the next like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, you could be trading with him. Okay, nice. You're doing your best to hold the freeze. That is exactly what you want to do. Let's see if it's a slow push. No, I think with him hitting it, it's going to be a freeze. But you need to match the damage that he's doing. Yeah, dang. He's able to get his E on you and the wave, so he's just going to shove it in. So he did a good job of making that bounce happen. You guys are both low, but, you know, just keep in mind he's Mordekaiser. I think you both have sustain because you're Q, right? Yeah, your Q and his W. Okay. So you both have a little bit of sustain. Let's see who's got Doran's shield. Oh, Cooper. Okay. So buying pink wards early is not advisable. If you needed something to buy, I don't know if you had a health pot when you went back to base. And we don't need to talk about what's happening now. You're going to have to back either way, so it doesn't matter. But going back to what you bought, I guess it would challenge you with a question here. How do you see a control ward helping your lane? Right? Because he bought an amplifying tome, which is a step on the way to his first item. You're, what, 150 gold in the hole towards your first item? And yes, okay, so this is good. I like the refillable pot. I think maybe that's what you should have done if you didn't have enough gold for a component. Like, I think you go Tiamat first, right? I'm not sure. So getting those long swords, or maybe like a ruby crystal, something like that. Or boots would literally be better than 2 pink wards. Yeah, good job pinging her back. Is that you? No, that's the Sejuani. Okay. Okay. Lot to talk about here. So this is essentially the same situation that you and the Kindred were in at wave 2 or 3. Like the last time Kindred was top. Where you are pinned to your tower and unable to move because you cannot give up this farm and, more importantly, this experience. You can't give it up. Kindred also chooses to jump into a level 6 Mordekaiser, so there's literally nothing you can do for this person, and she's offering a really good example of why you don't invest in your teammates in solo queue. Because they are essentially a coin flip either way, and if you sacrifice something to get them ahead, there's a really high chance that they're just going to walk into your laner and die and do absolutely nothing with that advantage, which is what happens here. So I think it's much more reliable for you to get yourself ahead, and the way that you do that is being in lane before the minions meet, so that you can contest that first wave. Because this is all just kind of snowballing from that, really, the situation that you find yourself in currently. So this is unlucky. She's dead. There's nothing you can do. That happens. No problem. You do have you finally got your big power spike. So I think you can start working to turn the lane around now. The way that you do that might not be through killing Mordekaiser. Um, any opportunity that you have right now to get damage on this tower and then start taking camps and proxying the wave is what you want to do. I don't think, I'm not sure how the ulti interactions work. And you were very experienced with Yorick, so you might know this, but I don't think Mordekaiser's ultimate brings your wife and kids with you. I think it's just you. Okay. So you're about to get pulled back here. And yeah, this is a good example of why you needed to go back to base in the first place, because when the wave is here, you're exposed, and if you had the 100 health that you had before, you'd be dead. I think you legitimately have a chance of at least trading here, but they're about to do a lot of damage to you. So you're going to be pulled into Mordekaiser. Focus the Mord. Oh, baby. Ooh, yes. Okay. 30 health. Are you out? That was a good W. Oh, nice. Okay, this is it. Dodge the W. Oh, you didn't. Oh. Oh my god, dude. Is everyone's butthole puckered, or is it just mine? Okay, I need to breathe for a minute. That was really well played, though. Good job. That's awesome. Yeah, dude. 1v2. That is, Yorick is so strong. Yorick is so stupidly strong. All right. So good call here. You are taking stock of your situation and realizing that you do not have the health pool to actually push this in, which is the goal. Maybe your boys can do it, though. I wonder if you release the maiden, if her and the boys can get this to crash. I don't think that's worth it, but maybe. I don't play Yorick. So yeah, good job recognizing that. You're going to back and just walk back to base. So he has an opportunity to... Oh, your boys, though. I think your boys give you experience if they kill the minion, right? Like, for sure they give the gold. And he is not looking to freeze, so this is a mistake by him. So he's just constantly shoving, which is something you see a lot of top laners do. You'll encounter a lot of top laners that just kind of shove on repeat. I don't know what this is. Now he's just standing there. Okay. This guy's weird. Okay, so Mordekaiser, the Mordekaiser matchup at this point. Okay, he's leaving lane. So I would hard shove. Make him come back. Shove as hard as you can. This is where Yorick shines. Okay, they get a kill, but they should only get one. So you're gonna crush this. All right. So what we do here is, obviously you're Yorick, so you're just gonna walk up and start hitting this tower. I think you're getting a ward out or something. Maybe using your pinks. That'd be nice. You can clear this. Well, I wouldn't even clear it. I don't know that I'd even be walking this far away, but we'll see what your plan was. I think my plan would be, I'm gonna hit this tower as hard as possible because I see everybody. There's no chance. I mean, you saw Sejuani earlier there, but like your laner's not there. There's no chance of anyone stopping you, right? So you get free access to this tower. I'm going to go out and say conservatively you get 2 plates. You're Yorick, so maybe more, but I think any top laner in this situation gets 2 plates. Because what you do is you walk past the tower, and you stand over here while attacking the tower, and then this wave will run into you, and then you proxy this wave. And you take all of this wave without having this wave attack your wave, and your wave attacks the tower. You get a plate that way, and then that means that since this one is gone, this wave is gone, since you proxied it, that this wave of yours will also smash into the tower. So you're going to have 2 blue waves smashing into the tower, and you're going to get 2 plates that way. Especially if you have Demolish, and especially since you're Yorick, you're probably going to get 3. Like, you probably get more. The one thing I would do here while you're proxying is drop a ward over here, or maybe use a pink ward in this bush, and then hide in this bush after you proxy this wave and get the first plate, and reassess the situation. Okay, are they coming for me? Because when you exert this much pressure, they're going to. So that's a good thing, because what could happen right now, since there's your jungler's dead, is Sejuani's incentivized to go to an objective, right? Either dragon or grubs. But if you're exerting this much pressure, if you're here, a lot of times you're like pinging and they're like, oh shit, like Yorick's really, he's gonna get the top tower, and you might convince them to waste their time coming to try to kill you instead. So you sit in this bush after you proxy this wave, you drop a trinket ward here so you can see when this camp is up, because this camp is on your menu as well. You're getting plates and this camp. It's just not up right now. So they might come for you, and if that's the case, you just walk this way because you'll have minions under your tower, and you basically just walk away. Maybe you have to flash away. But ideally you don't die, and they just wasted their tempo, right, that they have because the jungler's dead, on you, which is beneficial. If they don't do that, it's even more beneficial because you'll, like I said, get 2-3 plates. You'll get this wave, you'll get this camp, which should be spawning soon, and maybe you proxy the next wave. Like, you just keep taking stock of where you are. So let's see how many plates you end up getting. Okay, so I would like to know what you were doing here, because I think 8 times out of 10 you personally would have stayed here and gotten the tower damage. So I don't know if this was a situation where you saw your laner mid and you're like, I gotta rotate. If that's the case, you know, take stock of the situation before you move and realize that the play is over. There's nothing, you're basically walking into 3 people. Like, your TF is out and your Kaisa, your Kindred is dead. So there's no play that you're supporting here. Maybe you were gonna get a ward on, maybe you're gonna get a ward somewhere. But even still, if you're gonna put a ward down, like I said, put it there. So yeah, this would have been proxied right now. And then this would be hitting the tower right now. So you're getting 1 plate for sure at this point. And then maybe now you're farming either this camp or getting the 2nd plate. And then you'd have to start proxying this wave, so maybe it is just 2 plates. But this wave is being proxied. I don't know, but you're proxying, and now this wave is under tower currently. It's hitting the tower in this hypothetical. So I think you get 3 plates. You'd have to leave now, so maybe 2.5. But you ended up getting 0 plates, right? In a situation where you could have gotten 3 and a jungle camp, and 2 waves, which I think you only got 1 of, or 3 waves that you only got 1 of. So you really kind of let this opportunity to take over the game slip through your fingers. I think, did you even, maybe you got this plate, or maybe this plate is wasted. So I don't remember what happened. I didn't see, but hopefully you got that plate. Good job getting out of there, though. That was another tight butthole situation. So balls of steel on your part. Okay, no more pink wards, right? Sheen and Tiamat. I love it. I love that. That is exactly what you want to do. Yep. Sheen and Tiamat. You're going to be doing big damage now. You are up in farm, all things considered. I can't believe you're up in farm, but that's awesome. You could have been a lot more up in farm. And let's see if he gets this plate. Okay, he does get the plate, but it costs him a flash. No problem. I'm surprised that he flashed away instead of just ulting and killing you. Because, you know, make no mistake here, he can kill you. You know, we're hitting tab. This is weird that he has plated steel caps. I think in his situation, I would choose to go for my item. Yeah. So this is weird. I'm pretty sure he can still kill you, though. I don't think he needs his item. Because, again, he can ulti you, and the way that you have damage is through your small boys and your wife. So I think even now he kills you. Oh, yeah, he ultied you. He's got his W shield, and he'll heal off of this, too. And you've got no support. So I'm pretty certain you're dead here. Oh, nice. Okay, you're alive. So you use this, and I don't like how close you're positioning. You should be over here. The wall to the Death Realm is like this far, and you should be as far away from him as possible because he can't reach you with any of his abilities. And he doesn't have flash. You blew that earlier. So you're actually alive right now. Okay, you've got 420 health. He's got 434. So what you do is you stall for Death Realm to be gone by standing here, and you put your cursor over him, and you get ready to hit E. And the second Death Realm drops, you hit E, your wife gets him, right? Maybe you can even do it sooner while he's still, I don't know how this works. Like if he's marked in here and then appears in the real world, will she turn on him? I don't know. But you use your E on him. That's what you want to do, which it's up. So you stand here far away from his abilities and you hit E. You're turning like you're about to walk into his passive, and I guarantee you're about to get hit by his Q and his passive, and it's going to kill you. And you didn't have to die here. Yeah, so I didn't even need to see this game to know that was going to happen. You're just barely on the outside of it. I don't know if this is doing damage to you, but it does look like your wife is aggroing him. So straight up, I think what I said earlier was true. I think you would have killed this guy had you not just walked into him and taken... Because you had 400 health, and now you have 125, right? And then maybe he has 250 now instead of 188. Like maybe he's also a little bit more full health. But keep in mind, all of your damage comes from your wife, so... Oh yeah, Cooper, because Triumph saved him there. Yeah, you definitely would have killed that guy. So good try. Just change one or two small things. You're so close to greatness here with that play. Okay, we're getting kind of late in the game here. I don't really have much more to say because at this point it's just expanding leads. The way you're going to do that is by pushing into the tower and then proxying. I would, in your position, I would personally not want to fight the Mordekaiser. So I would not want to be in lane with him, and the way that you get out of lane with him is by proxying. So... Alright, now maybe we're going to get our first plate. Possibly our second. I'm not sure if you were able to collect this one or if it just died. So he's gonna be coming back with this wave. You get your plate. Yeah, dude. Oh, I didn't even think about demolish. You for sure would have gotten 3 plates. Okay, I think that was the big. I think that was the big tempo swing. I think that was the big tempo swing. That was the opportunity to win the game. Was about 3 minutes ago. So. Now it kind of feels like it's getting out of your control a little bit. I don't know if you're going to be presented with an opportunity like that to really get a decisive lead. But maybe you will. You know, I don't know how this game ended up, but I can see down here a lot of red things happening. So I don't think y'all end up winning this one. But that's okay. The losses are better learning experiences anyway. But just keep in mind, you could have been... I mean, let's look at the gold here. So you're 300 gold behind this guy total. You could have been... I mean, what is a plate? 150? So you could have been 450 gold ahead of where you are now. Like, you could have been ahead of him by 150. And that's even with your death just then to him. Plus at least 2 more waves of CSing. So you could have been... 800 gold, 600 gold, something like that, 6, 7, 800 gold ahead of him instead of 300 gold behind. I think that's the gold swing. So that was what was missed out on. So yeah, even with your death. So just keep that in mind. You would have been by far and away, I guess the Malzahar would have been ahead of you in total gold. But you would have been ahead of bot lane. You would have been ahead of your lane opponent. And you would have been a very good, rock or whatever to just cruise through a side lane. First top, once you get this tower, rotate bottom, do the same thing. Staying on the opposite side of the map from objectives. and using pings to effectively communicate with your team. Doesn't mean that you would have won, because winning and losing is very determined by the skill of the rest of the players, but you're going to find a lot more consistency in your wins when you build consistency with your gameplay. And I think that is the main takeaway here is let's be consistent with our lane. Let's be in lane before the minions meet. Let's not buy pink wards as the first item. Let's invest towards the component that we need for our first item, and utilizing the resources that you have, your health bar especially, in situations where you're behind, making sure that you don't just give that away freely. You did a really good job pulling the wave here and setting up a freeze that lasted for several waves, so wonderful job there. And you had good understanding of when you were not able to rotate. I think this is literally, like, I watched you learn. I'm pretty sure, you know, you rotated here, you died, and then you learned from it. So that's another really good quality that is going to make it a lot easier for you to, I don't know, improve. Like, for you to, the ability to learn is definitely a skill, and you seem to be able to adapt from mistakes pretty quickly. So thanks for letting me watch this. This was an awesome game, really fun to review. So I hope you got something out of this, and let me know if it's okay to keep doing more, because I really enjoyed it. So thanks, bud. I'll talk to you later.